Hello, algebra students. Today we're going to do a continuation of section 3.4, solving equations with variables on both sides. But we need to look at a couple of examples of how to find out how many solutions an equation might have. So let's look at the first example. We have 4x plus 5 equals 4 times the quantity of x plus 5. So the first thing that we do is distribute. So I have 4x plus 5 equals 4x plus 20. So now what I need to do is subtract 4x from one side or move 4x to the other side. So I'm just going to subtract 4x and subtract 4x. Ooh, that means 4x is actually going to disappear. So I have left 5 equals 20. Does 5 equal 20? No. 5 does not equal 20, so there is no solution to this equation. If you're solving an equation and you subtract your variables from both sides, or you move them and the variable goes away, and you're left with 5 equals 20, or one number that doesn't equal another number, then that is no solution. There is no value of x that could make this statement work. So sometimes you're going to have equations that have no solution, and that would be your answer. Here's our next example. 1/2 times the quantity of 4t minus 6 equals 2t. Well, since I'm dealing with 1/2, I'm going to go ahead and distribute this one. 1/2 of 4t is 2t, and 1/2 of negative 6 is negative 3 equals 2t. Well, again, I notice that if I subtract 2t from both sides, I'm left with negative 3 equals 2t minus 2t is 0, because those cancel, those cancel. Well, we know that negative 3 does not equal 0, so I can put a slash there, and my answer again is no solution. So once again, if I finish solving my equation correctly, and I get a number that does not equal another number, then the answer is no solution. The next example we'll look at is 6x minus 3 equals 3 times the quantity of 2x minus 1. So the first thing I'll do is distribute. 6x minus 3 equals 3 times 2x is 6x, and 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. I have exactly the same thing on the left-hand side as I do on the right-hand side. When you get to that point where you have exactly the same thing on the left as you do on the right, then the solution is all real numbers. Because it does not matter what number you pick. It can be a fraction, a decimal, a negative, a positive, a 10-digit number, or a 1-digit number. Any number that I plug in for x is going to work for this equation, because 6x minus 3 equals 6x minus 3. Our last example looks like this. 10m minus 4 equals negative 2 times the quantity of 2 minus 5m. Well, the first thing again I'm going to do is distribute. So 10m minus 4 equals negative 2 times 2 is negative 4, and negative 2 times negative 5m is plus 10m. Well, it looks like I have exactly the same thing on both sides. Well, let's keep going and let's see what happens. The first thing I'm going to do is, let's just say I'm going to move the 4 to the other side. And remember, we can do some magic, and when I move across the equal sign, it becomes positive. So I'm going to add 4. That negative 4 and that positive 4 cancel out, so I'm left with 10m equals 10m. Well, now we need to get m by itself, so let's divide both sides by 10, and so I get m equals m. So once again, anytime I'm solving an equation and I have exactly the same thing on the left as I do on the right, then the solution is all real numbers. Because in this case, I can choose any number that I want to, and it's always going to be equal to itself. So you may get to some problems where the solution is all real numbers. It could be no solution because your answers did not equal each other. And then the last one is just one solution because you solved it correctly and you got a variable that equals one number.